Goody. What's happening? How you feeling today?
He has the perfect radio voice.
Oh, do I? Oh, man, flattery. I love it. What's going on?
We're doing good. It's Thursday.
It is.
It's Thursday. It's time to make some moves, mind our business, make things happen. I want to give a shout out to our photographer, Joshua Dante Barnes. He's in the studio handling his business, about to help us blow up.
What's good, man? I feel great today. How you feel?
I feel good. Thank you so much, Ken, for coming on here, doing this with me.
I'm trying to get my Wi-Fi together. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. But you look gorgeous as always. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. Everybody said 2020 was a bad year, but I don't feel like it was a bad year.
2020 was a recalibrating year. 2020 was a year where I feel like if you got your life together right now, then you're ready for the next 30 summers.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So I think it was the separation between who is who. Right. So
That's so true.
Everybody can't go. Right. So depends on how you look at it. But we had a whole year where you got to sit with your family.
You did.
Right. You got to get your health together. You got to read.
Yeah.
I mean, what actually bad happened, other than,
what the media told us?
Yeah. You know what, though? I feel bad for the small businesses. I feel bad for people that, they was continuing their grandparents' dream. And they finally turned a corner in business and then bam.
Right.
Right.
But that's why we're here.
Right. Totally.
We're going to help these small business owners learn how to pivot, how to mind their business, how to recalibrate, like you said, how to, come out of this situation on top. There's new ways and new ways of doing things. Technology picked up. I was on Zoom before Zoom was Zoom, doing presentations and things like that. So no, I didn't get to invest in Zoom. I know it blew up. I wasn't ready. So when I was selling insurance, we're going to give you guys a little bit of a background on who we are and what we do and why we're here. But I started out in the financial services industry. I was educating business owners regarding business succession planning. That was what I became passionate about. As you all know, there's lots of small business owners that are mom and pops, and they actually fizzle out and don't make it to become a legendary brand like Target, Walmart, Amazon, because they don't have the proper protection in place or the proper plan. And that was something that I really wanted to help spread the word about and get people to understand, like, look, we can't start these businesses and not be protecting them and letting people know, our family know more specifically what the plan is. So, with everything in life, we do need a plan, and we need to plan accordingly. And that's what we're going to talk about on Mind Your Business.
Mind Your Business. Quick question, though, for you that you've seen, what was one of the business problems that you've seen a lot of people go through this year? Because of COVID, what would you say was the main thing?
Well, for everybody that likes to do events, obviously events got shut down.
Right.
You can get together with people. Obviously, learning the social media platforms. Right. There's lots of people who had to get on social media and start to connect that way to get their business moving. So I definitely feel like people had to, rely on their network, more than they maybe they would have thought of.
For me, I think what it showed is that we need to move around. I think that, Charles Darwin talked about it, the species that knows how to adapt. And a lot of businesses were static. A lot of business haven't been basically vertically integrated into the internet. So that's what it showed.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see people take losses like that. But at the end of the day, there's a silver lining, and I think the silver lining is, if you knew how to use the internet, then you won, right? True. If you knew how to adjust, then you won. And I think that now everybody's on the internet. Grannies are on Facebook, mothers and fathers are on IG. It's the great reset. So I think that's the beauty of it. If we could look at the silver lining, but I do feel bad for the people that, as a business owner, that your savings are going into your business.
That's right.
So sometimes you might not pay your mortgage, but you'll pay your bills at your business.
That's true.
Because your business is your baby.
That's right.
So
it's how you operate.
I feel bad for those people. I understand. I sympathize with them.
No,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying?
So, Ken, you got to let my people know who you are, what you do, how we got here. Ken was actually a guest on my show, Mind Your Business, back in 2018.
Yes.
And he was very, what do they call it?
What word would you use?
Controversy. Controversial.
Yeah, it's funny though, because we think now that I come from the old America. I come from Archie Bunker America. So that America was less sensitive. Mm-hmm. So what we call controversy to me is just basic conversation. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit about my background. I have a music background, a blogging background, like cultural critic. And now these days I'm doing personal development and, in ministry. Right? I did I tell you I got ordained?
You did.
Yeah.
You have to marry me.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I can marry people. I can do all that, right? So hopefully my license doesn't get stripped because I'm not going to stick to the script.
Right.
But yeah, I went and did that, and my thing is about bringing heaven on earth, right? I don't like the philosophy of when you die, the whole universe opens up to you, right? There's
Right.
places to visit, there's food to eat here, there's cars to drive, there's books to read, there's libraries, and
There's life to live.
there's life to live, and I don't want to live my life when I die. I want to do it here, right, in the physical form. So
Right, while we're here
that's
now.
what it's about. So that's my background. Just been an entrepreneur my entire life, and I know about the bumps and bruises. This is why I sympathize with the people that lost their business. My motto this year was like, you know what? If I go outside, that's my civil liberties, and if I die because I went out, that's my right to choose that, right? I rather take my chances. I rather, I that's what America's all about,
Right,
Right, and if I
right.
go out, I don't want the government to tell me what's best for me.
Right.
I want to decide that.
That's true. I just had that conversation with my girlfriend. She was like, they're going to close it back up. And I was like, why don't the people who are scared just stay home? Please just stay home.
Right,
If you're
right.
scared, if you're ill, if you have babies, just stay home.
Right.
But what was the difference when everybody stayed home but Fry's was crowded, Costco was crowded, all the stores were crowded?
I mean, protests were crowded.
They were definitely crowded.
Protests were crowded, and that's a good segue into our actual topic about minding our business. I think that's a real key issue. I think that's one of the things that separates modern human beings and old human beings. When you look at people like Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, these people wrote a lot of books. They read a lot. And what is the thing that separates them from us these days? It's because they didn't have as many distractions. So I think that the main thing about minding your business is you need some business to mind,
Hello.
right?
Hello.
You need some business to mind. Now, you're in the financial services, right?
Well, I'm educated in the
Oh,
financial
okay.
services, yes,
Okay.
But I don't do that any longer.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. What do you feel like is important business to mind?
Definitely your financial service, your finances, obviously. Those are the things. I mean, we are our only asset that produce. Okay? We cannot have a car. We can't have this computer. We can't have a house without our production. So obviously life insurance is important.
Life insurance. What is life insurance for people that don't know?
Insuring your life.
Okay.
It's actually income protection. Everybody thinks that life insurance, I don't get anything out of it. It's for there's my family when they die and they don't need nothing. And it's just like, what do you mean they don't need anything? You go to work every day to provide for your family, to make sure that they can go to college, to get that car when they turn 16. And what happens if you're not there to help provide for that? Do they still get the same quality of life that they would have had when you were here?
Good question. So why do you think it's so hard for people to mind their business?
They're distracted. So I will tell you one thing. I went through a sabbatical coming into the month of November. I was going to do it by myself, but I actually told a couple of my girlfriends that I talk to regularly, hey, I'm not going to be available because I'm focusing. I'm going inward like we were just talking about and, getting ready to mind my business because I have things to do and, products to launch, whatnot. And 7 of them decided they wanted to join me. They wanted to go on the sabbatical with me. That was no distractions, no social media. I logged out of Facebook. I don't have the Facebook app any longer
At
on
all?
my phone. On my phone,
Okay.
not at all. I got Messenger.
Okay.
I do have Messenger, but I logged out of Facebook. I logged off of Instagram, and I literally started writing, journaling, praying, meditating. The only thing that we could eat was fruits, vegetables, and water. We weren't having any kind of outside, influence in our going inward. And what we found out was that everybody's distracted. That's exactly what we found out. I had somebody saying they were so bored, they didn't know what to do. And these are business owners. What do you mean you're bored and you don't know what to do with your time? Because they're so used to being able to go online and scroll and look at everybody else's life instead of tending to their business.
Do you think people don't mind their business because they're afraid?
I think they don't mind their business because they don't know how to mind their business. They don't know what that looks like to put a strategy together and begin to execute it, because the goals are so basic. Get married, have kids, go on a vacation once a year, and you're doing good. Those are basic goals. And if you're working a job, 40 hours a week and you're making pretty good money, you should be able to do those three things. But if we start to go beyond that, what does that look like when I want to, build a dynasty for my family? If I want to build this legacy for my family, now it's not just about, feeding the kids, making a roof, making sure you have a roof over your head, and going on that vacation once a year. It's more or less about producing, something that's going to outlive yourself.
I think that the reason why people don't mind their business is because they don't know that America is a business. Okay, so we live in a
Tell them,
a passion culture. We like to do what we're passionate about. We want to tell our truth and live in our truth, and we don't understand that the reason why we're able to be so passionate, the reason why we're able to be such dreamers and entitled, is because of capitalism, right?
Yeah.
So capitalism is allowing us to experience our desires. This is the first time.
Well, wait a minute, because there's some people who are anti-capitalism and they don't understand, how capitalism could be for them.
They're not really anti-capitalists because they never lived in a society that wasn't a capitalism. So if I was to take them and plop them in a socialist country or a communist country, I think they would try to come back. Right? So this is all they know, right? This is all they know is America, refrigerators with ice machines. All we know is amenities, right? We can go to a hotel right now and open the faucet and the water is going to run forever, right? It's not like that in other countries.
That's true.
We are spoiled, okay? We're spoiled, we're pampered and entitled. And because of that, we're so free that we complain about our freedom, right? So we're so free that we don't mind our business because we don't know that our country is business. But guess who knows that our country is business? Guess. Immigrants.
Yeah.
So
That's why they come here and they blow up.
They don't come here for no other reason. They come here to participate in the market. And it's very interesting now that it's a lot of anti-American sentiment from Americans, right?
It is. Well, we have Americans who don't feel like they're Americans.
That's because they don't mind their business, right?
Goes back to the topic.
Right. So if you mind your business, what does that look like? That's your health. That's your family. That's your faith, whatever that looks like.
Your wealth.
That's your overall well-being. Okay. So we have blogs and YouTube channels, and their business model is to talk about the business of other people. Okay. And the public.
That's called gossiping.
So anytime you have that type of public that, one, shows how free the people are, that you can sit in a barbershop or you can engage in a conversation about other people's lives, right? Now, mind you, it's never been like that. I remember when I was coming up, the old men would always tell their wives, don't you go to church and tell nobody what's going on in this house.
I remember those days too.
Right? You had to keep the dynamics and the politics of your household private.
Yes.
Okay.
People tell their kids that all the time.
So, is it true that the average American doesn't have $1,000 in savings?
Yes, it's very true. They can't write a $500 check.
Now, how is that possible in the country with the most things?
Well, a lot of people don't really realize that their income is going out, and they're not really reproducing that income. If you only have one stream and all your income is basically going to, your main bills and your entertainment, because that's what Americans like to do, be entertained, Where do you have money to really truly, move it to save?
So back to the topic of minding your business. Now, from what you know from the financial sector, what are some areas in business that the average mom and pop, child, son, daughter, what is the average business that people don't mind? That's personal.
Their family.
Or family.
Because I caught on very quick when I got into financial services. Oh, my little people are additional streams. Oh my goodness, they're assets. And you know that when you have a business, you can put your kids to work and you can get a $12,000 write-off a year for your children.
Okay, so quick question. When people found out how much Donald Trump pays in taxes,
Oh, they were mad.
why are they mad? Is he doing something illegal?
No.
What is he doing?
They think he's doing something illegal because that's what they would like us to think, right? But essentially essentially there's loopholes. He has the best CPA out there that can find him those caveats for his business, when you can afford that. I think people don't really realize, when you mind your business and you increase your income, you have a better quality of life. You can afford the best of the best.
So then
Healthcare.
money buys happiness?
I wouldn't necessarily advise happenings, but it contributes.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a contributing factor. I know when people have more money in their pockets, they do feel better.
Okay, so that playing devil's advocate, the people out there were going to be like, well, what about celebrity suicides? All right, they'll pick the outlier.
All the time.
They'll pick the outlier.
All the
So,
time.
but I want to go back to this real quick because one of the things about the mind your business that when people are not minding their business, they have resentment for people that do. Okay,
I just talked about that.
like this is a country that it's so weird right now. The country hates the seller and wraps its arms around the buyer,
The consumers.
the consumer. And they're mad that the seller figured out a niche, right? The seller is always deified or not deified, but the seller is always ridiculed, right? The seller, we have a free market and it's my job as an entrepreneur or business to look where there's needs, okay? And if I provide those needs, why are you mad at me?
I have had a conversation with someone who felt like, when you target or you market to, a certain individual that you could be taking advantage. You could be exploiting a weakness, and so that's why some people have a problem with capitalism, because sometimes people are marketing to, lower tier and they feel like they're being exploited or they're being taken advantage of.
What's that mean, lower tier?
I'm just saying, as far as not just people who have issues or have problems,
What kind of problems?
financial.
Okay.
It's mostly the time financial. Everybody was mad when Yeezy, we like Kanye, he dropped those Yeezys. Those Yeezys, how much were they? $1,000?
Yes.
$1,000 or something. Everybody was so upset because they're like, the people who are gonna buy them, they can't afford them.
Okay.
Why are they gonna say? Why is he gonna drop a shoe so expensive?
I don't think people have financial problems. I think people actually have knowledge problems, right? Because
agree.
money is something that can be learned,
Yes.
right?
Just like anything.
Except poor. You don't have to learn to be poor.
No,
You don't need mentorships
Nope.
to be poor,
nope.
right? You don't need to study other poor people to be poor.
No.
But to have money, I have to study people with it, right?
do. You
People
do.
that are scaling in life, I have to study them,
Right.
right? Millionaires sit down with financial people, right? But when I'm flat on my face, I'm not going to call you and ask you, how do I stay like this?
Right.
Right? So success needs training.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
So
For
that's
sure.
one of the things about when you mind your business, what happens? Life gets a little rigid. It's a little boring, a little bit, because you are delaying instant gratification.
True.
Yes?
Yes, I would agree.
So when you're delaying instant gratification, you are now studying, right?
Yeah.
So
You're taking your time out that you would normally be doing. You know, things that, you know, people do, society does, watching the game, you know, watching movies, going out, like you said.
Passion.
Yeah.
Right? We live in a era of a culture of passion. I want to do what I want to do. Right? But the thing that people aren't doing is minding their business.
True.
Because if people would mind their business, Shasta, the celebrity blogs, they would die. Right? Overnight, you would see a shift, a change in the divorce rate. You would see a change in parent to child relationships. You would see a change in the book sales would go up.
Right. That's true.
Right?
That's
Gym
true.
memberships will go up.
That's true.
National park attendance will go up.
That's true.
If people were minding their business. But let me tell you why people don't mind their business. Because naturally, by nature, the human being is an animal. Let me tell you what I mean by that.
Except Libras. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, all right, okay. Let me tell you what I mean by that. By nature, humans are rebellious. By nature. So when you're not minding your business, you're actually in your natural state. Responsibility is not natural to a human. You have to teach that. This is why you get pushback from it. This is why it's only 2,300 billionaires in the world. And all of their wealth wasn't acquired by evil means. A lot of it was being industrious and being able to focus, well, with the help of Adderall, being able to focus 12-hour periods.
Sometimes. Yeah, you do have to focus.
Right, that's not natural. Right? So when you're telling someone to mind their business, you're telling them to do something that is actually unnatural.
That's a good point.
Right?
That is a
Because
good
the
point.
natural state of humans is rebelliousness. When you let the society do what they want to do, where do they usually go towards? Pleasure.
I'm about to say something sexual.
Pleasure. Because that's primal. That's
Right.
natural.
Right.
It's the natural thing to do. So when you're telling someone to mind their business, you're actually retraining them to do something that is completely unnatural to their being, teaching them responsibility.
Well, we can also say that, you know, times have changed. And I believe, you know, centuries ago when we had real kingdoms and queens and kings, they taught their kids responsibility. It was already inbred. It was innate. And now we live in a culture where now it's something that, you know, it's lax. It's very lackadaisical. The word responsibility. Most people don't even know how to take care of themselves. That's why they're in relationships. A lot of people.
So you think people get in relationships so a other person can mind their business for them?
For sure.
Interesting.
That's a true statement. Oh, we got the producer back here saying, huh?
So you honestly think that a person gets with someone so that someone can mind their business?
So they don't have to worry about it. They know that, you know, someone else is going to be responsible. Someone else is going to be able to make sure that, you know, bills are taken care of, whatever the case may be. I mean, there could be power couples where two people are driven, but there's always somebody else that's more driven than the other person, most likely.
Okay, so just to push back, so would you say that it's people have to take care of each other? Would you say that?
Yes. I think it is community-wise, people should be taking care of each other. You know, I think that when you start to focus on your family and you start to build your family up and you start to be able to make sure that your family has a strategy and a plan to succeed, you can then start to give to others. You can then start to be a better volunteer. You can then start to be a better mentor because your house foundation is laid and it's working.
Okay, so that means I'm minding the business that I created, though.
Yes.
Okay, I'm minding my household. Right?
Correct,
Now,
yes.
those mentorships and that volunteering, people have to be able to do that consensually. Shouldn't be obligated to that.
No, you shouldn't.
Because if I'm mentoring you, where's your father?
True.
Right?
That's true.
So,
but sometimes it's not necessarily about fatherhood.
okay, shoot.
It could be about business.
So that would be a positive mentorship.
Yes.
I'm not mentoring the child to stay out of trouble.
Right.
Right.
That would be somebody that wants to learn the ropes of learning how to build a business.
Totally, like an
Yes.
internship.
Correct.
Right. So, but if everybody pulls their own weight and mans their own turf, then that means people with information can come in and give that information with a good spirit and not feeling like it's a debt.
Right.
That they have to
To
come
do.
in and be someone else's parent and grandparents, because
True.
I don't believe that the most hardworking people should be taking care of the people doing the least. I don't believe in taking a rich man's money, giving it to poor people. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, because what we need to take from the rich man is his habits.
That sounds right. That sounds about right. But what I do think is that if everybody is saying community, the business owners in the community should be connected, and they should be able to help, fulfill the community. Then we wouldn't have to worry about the government necessarily providing programs, providing certain things, because the community is providing that for its own community.
But that's through consent, though.
Yeah, through consent,
Right?
yes.
So I have to consent that you and I are the same. Society can't say, "Oh yeah, look, you're a black woman, I'm a black man, we're the same." That ain't true.
I can't hear you. That's
That ain't true, right? That's not true. I need to be integrated with people consensually,
connected with people.
right? Not based on a caste system,
Right.
or not based on labels and brands and terms.
That's true.
I don't subscribe to that, because when I show up I'm always gonna I feel like a weight is on my shoulder.
Right.
Right?
True.
Henry Ford was able to create freely because he didn't have the weight of a million people on his mind, but he wanted to create something or make adjustments to the car industry to be of service to many people. It created jobs. He produced cars that the common man at that particular time could drive.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
The Wright brothers, when they're thinking about flight, they're allowed to create without the weight of my community. Right? See, you need individual pursuits to benefit the group.
You do. But when your family structure is solid, we can then talk more about the community. Because while you're being the creator, you've already instilled these habits and these, thought processes into your family. And so they're out there connecting. They're being social. They're the ones basically sharing the information at this time, which people do. They're just not sharing the right information, which is why we're talking about minding your business.
I don't want to share information to people that I'm not consensually integrated with. So what this means, what that means, yeah. So because what that means is the information, because this is the thing, it has to be like kind of a multi-level marketing kind of dynamic where I want to seed into a place, and there's reciprocity, which means
I do believe in reciprocity.
areas that I seed, I should be taken care of when I'm 80.
Yes.
So this is why I don't believe in just being just seeding into this ideal. I need to seed into something concrete. So the people that I'm seeding in, as they're raising their level up, I can fade the black.
Right.
I can retire without worry about social programs, because where I seeded into, they got me. But that only comes through consent, though.
But that's why it's important to build a network. And so this is why we talk about minding our business, because once you do realize that you do want to be interconnected with people who have the same values and the like minds and want the same things for their family as your family, now we understand why there's so many people who have their doctor, their family lawyer, their family CPA. And this is bloodlines now. When I was an insurance agent, I met somebody that was an insurance agent 3 generations down. Do you know what that means for his book of business? He's taking care of the families that his father or grandfather already put in place. All he's doing is taking care of their heirs.
So the insurance, what insurance were you involved? Life, health?
Yeah, I did it all. I did auto and home insurance initially, and then I started life and health, retirement planning strategies.
What do you say to people that say, you know what, I just don't have the budget for life insurance? I
always tell them that they're lying because they're buying Starbucks. and they're buying whatever else that they want to buy. And if you spend $10 a week on Starbucks, that's easily,
But there's no life insurance. This is what someone says. There's no life insurance that costs $10.
Yes, there is.
Is there? What that look like?
Well, obviously you have to shop the market, but the older you get, the more expensive life insurance is, which is why a lot of people which is something a lot of people don't understand, because your health is declining as you're getting older. We're living to die. Okay. So you get life insurance on your children when they are barely born. You can get $1 million policy for about $300 to $500 for the year. And that's locked in. But we don't think about that, and everybody starts to want to get life insurance when they're 40 and 50 and they have ailments. And now it's way more expensive. You've been smoking for years. You got COPD, you got diabetes, you got whatever ailment that that you accumulated over, the past years, not eating right, not taking care of your health. And now you want to get life insurance. I want to get $1 million. You cannot get $1 million life insurance at 50 with poor health and think that you're going to be able to afford it. I met someone more recently. He was a real estate developer, and he doesn't even have no kids. He's not married or anything, and he has 3 life insurance policies. Okay? And I was like, oh, okay, so you have your life insurance policies for your business? Yes. $13 million, $10 million, because if he goes away, he's the brain of his business. They need to be able to pay somebody else to come in and operate and run his business.
So are you saying that the average man and woman in America can afford a life insurance policy?
Yes, most certainly. It may not be what you want it to be when you start, because everybody gets excited. Oh, I'm going to go buy me some money. I'm going to go buy me $1 million life insurance policy. But depending on your age, depending on your health, and obviously depending on your income, that might be something that's out of your budget. But you can get $50,000. You can get $20,000,
And what's the difference between a permanent policy and a temporary policy? What are are there different? Because
yes, for sure, there's differences. So I mean, essentially, there's 2 different types of policies. There's a term, which basically means for a period of time, and then there's a permanent life insurance policy, which basically lasts the whole duration of your life. Okay, people use those they intermingle them for different strategies. Okay, no one is better than the other. I know people who push term because that's all their company allows them to sell. So that's all they're going to offer to you because that's all they have. I know companies that push whole because that's all their company has to sell. So that's all they're going to give to you. But depending on your situation, term may be good for you for a period of time. Say you have children, you want to make sure they're covered for the first 18 years. So you get a 20-year term. In case something happens to them within that first 20 years and you're not there to see them off to school or get them that car that you want to get them, that's going to be able to help your family.
You sound like you know a little bit about this.
I know a lot of about a lot of things.
There should be a way people can contact you. Because what if I'm in internet land and what I found out is people they are afraid to admit they don't know something.
That's very true.
Right? So they don't participate in it at all because they're afraid to admit that they don't know. Grown men and women.
Look at Meryl Woods. They talk. She talking right. They got money for weed, alcohol, weave, shiny cars, and gambling. Exactly.
Because they understand it. You see, they understand it. So you spend money in where you understand.
True.
So the people don't know about annuities and life insurance, and when you get 35 and 40, you're afraid to raise your hand because you don't want to look like the idiot, right?
True.
But you look like you know what you're talking about, and there needs to be a way where people can contact you.
Yes, please call me. I don't sell life insurance anymore, but I'm always interested in educating people and telling people more about it because it is something that is important to help you mind your business and make sure that you can create a long-lasting legacy for your family. Let's not leave our family in the red. Let's start them out in the green, and we can do that through life insurance. You can reach me. My website is www.capitalstewardship.org. I'm actually helping people learn how to become better stewards of their capital so that they can obviously live a long-lasting, successful, profitable, productive life and obviously transfer that on to their children.
Dope. So what is an annuity?
So an annuity is actually, there's 2 different types of annuities. There's an annuity where you put the money in, you get an immediate payout, basically monthly, or there's an annuity where you wait, so many years, 10, 20, 30 years, and then you get a payout. Basically, it's similar to a pension. A lot of people know that term, and so essentially you pay into that at your job, and then when your job is over, when you retire, now you get access to the pension, and that's similar to what an annuity functions as. They don't have pensions anymore. You have to pretty much be in the steel mill and in the automotive industry to get those pensions, or actually a teacher. I know some teachers still get pensions.
Wait, there's no more pensions?
They're not. Postal workers, in certain sectors. You can still get a pension, but yeah.
What the hell happened to the pensions?
The people don't want to pay. Companies don't want to pay. It's take care of yourself these days. It's not the same. It's not like before when you did the 40, 40, 40. You work 40 years, 40 weeks, 40 hours, 40 years, and you get the retirement. It's different now. Everybody thinks retirement is an age. It's not. It's an income, and you need to know what your income is. Or how you're going to live, right? What you can afford, so you can basically get your retirement to that income bracket.
How much does the average American need to retire today? With taxes in place and inflation as of today, say I just want to get out the game at 65 and I live 30 more years.
Well, how much money do you want to have a month? That's the first question. Or a year. Do
Okay.
you want $40,000 a year? Is your house paid off? Do you have a car note? Do you need $50,000 a year? Because that's going to really determine how much money you need in retirement. Oh yeah, we're going to get to the questions. He told him the pensions is over.
Oh, okay. So quick question.
Yes.
Do you think the retirement conversation is just for older people?
No. You're supposed to start preparing for retiring as soon as you start working.
So at 20,
Yes,
20,
because we know the rule of 72, or maybe you don't know the rule of 72.
What is the rule of 72?
Basically, how much your money triples or doubles in that time frame. So the earlier you start saving, the more interest your money is able to gain. The later you start saving, your money is not able to catch up. Does that make sense?
Okay, slow it down.
Google,
or remix.
I like to tell people to Google the rule of 72. Google it.
Mm-hmm.
We Google everything else that we want to know. Mm-hmm. Google the rule of 72 so you can understand what that means for your money.
So you believe that this is not believe, what should be standard is that the retirement conversation should happen now and not later.
Yes, for sure. A lot of conversations should be happening now and not later. We always wait. I have these, let kids be kids. No. Kids are kids, and they do live a kid life. They play, they're jolly, they do their thing, but they need to be educated, and they need to be aware of the society that they're in. And I don't think because they're kids, we should shield them from that.
What do you say? All you do is talk about money.
I mean, money makes the world go round.
Oh, okay.
Does it not?
I agree. I agree. These are the sentiments of the public.
I mean, they do feel a certain type of way to hear people talking about money because we've been taught that money is the root of all evil. I believe that the lack of money is the root of all evil because people do a lot of strange and dangerous things to get money. So I believe that if we educate ourselves about money, we all want it. People who say that they don't want money, they're lying. Okay, they play lottery. All right, they play scratch offs. They go gamble. They're always asking for somebody to borrow.
Money is the root of evil?
That's what they say.
Ecclesiastes 10:19. A feast is made for laughter. Wine maketh you merry, but money answereth all things. Now, they do say that.
Okay, minister.
They do say that money is the root of evil. But Jeffrey Dahmer was evil. And what he did wasn't about money. Charles Manson, that wasn't about money. The weirdest things that people do is not for money.
No.
Domestic violence. That's not about money. Okay? So that is
Oh, we got somebody commenting the love of money is the root of all evil. I think that whoever you are as a person, money is just going to make you more of that person. If you have bad character, money is just going to increase your bad character. If you are a good person, money is just going to increase your abundance to be a better person.
the love of money being the root of evil is a very first world thing to say. Let me tell you why it's a first world thing to say.
Yes.
Rubber comes out of the ground of the third world. Okay? Cobalt, that's in our phones, comes out of the ground of the third world. When it's wintertime in America, we're eating watermelons. That comes from other places. Okay? So the love that this country has for money is the reason why people can have nice weddings. It's the reason why your child won't starve to death, right? So we keep our foot on people's necks so people could be anti-American. Ain't that something, right? So the love of money, your government, your country is a capitalist country. It loves money. It does. It'll run a pipeline through a village, right? To extract oil so you can put it in your car. If you really believe that the love of money is the root of evil, then you have to go off grid right now because you participate in genocide every day. When you buy your child sneakers that's coming from Asia and the third world. You are a part of the problem, right? Just deal with it. So those comments,
That's an ugly truth.
you would not say if I plopped you in the Congo because you would be trying to love some money
to get up out of
up out of there. Stop it.
Well, I think that a lot of the times we have, misconceptions. We just come out the election, I know there's some people who are upset about, the results. Are they even in? It's still projected? Still projected
The
win.
media doesn't determine who the president is. Let me tell you that.
Okay. Well, the point that I was making is that I talked to people on both sides, people who are voting for Trump and people who are voting for Biden. And you want to know the main thing that I noticed
What's that?
is that they don't really interact outside of their sphere of influence.
What do you mean by that?
Their interactions are based on their closest friends and their family. They're not networking and getting out and meeting people of different ethnicities and different backgrounds and different social economic statuses. So they're really just sharing the information amongst themselves and coming up with conclusions. Both sides.
Well, that's because of confirmation bias, right? So we use
Break them down with the big words.
Yeah. we usually stay with comfort. We only engage in comfort. Social dilemma. Big tech is showing you that right now. How your world is being filtered with confirmation bias, right? So I can get online right now. Just for example, I can get online and based on my confirmation bias, I won't see a Hunter Biden story because of the way the algorithm is set up.
Right.
So I don't even know about his deals in China and Ukraine. I don't know this unless I do independent research and I reconfigure my algorithm. Right?
Yeah.
So not only do we have family and peer group confirmation bias in the physical, but we have confirmation bias on our phones.
We do. I watch Social Dilemma, and I made my kids watch Social Dilemma too, because we are in an age where people are glued to their phones. Like every day you see somebody, they're just like this. My kids are like this. I said, you guys are going to have neck problems. Your neck is down so much looking at the phone. Like nobody's paying attention to the outside world. They're not having their true organic experiences. They're having manufactured experiences, and then they're making judgments off of manufactured experiences. And I don't think that is smart.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Because you brought it up. So I just want to
What did I
ask.
bring up?
For business and for families minding their business, I'm only talking business. What do you personally think in terms of, if I'm concerned with minding my business,
Okay.
who is a better look for the country in terms of business?
Trump,
Okay.
because he's a businessman.
Okay.
And we are in a business corporation.
But they'll say he's in debt.
A lot of business owners are in debt because
Okay.
that's how they pay their employees. There's good debt and there's bad debt. A lot of people don't even know that they need business credit to keep their business afloat so that they can pay their employees payroll. You don't front your employees your cash money.
But he filed for bankruptcy though. And Trump University failed.
That's what entrepreneurs do.
Okay.
I mean, that's
okay.
just a part of the game. What about the people who got their car repoed and then went and got another car?
Okay.
You know, what about the people who couldn't pay their rent last month? They had to borrow the money and then they pay rent this month. I mean, it's all a part of managing. You know, obviously, I don't know his background. I just know sound bites like the ones that you're giving me. You know, but what I do know from being an entrepreneur is that you have to fail forward and that you're going to fail so many times before you get it right. And he's gotten it right so many times. You know what I mean? I mean, not too long ago, well, maybe too long ago, in the 90s, everybody was trouting for Trump.
5 years ago, people
Was it 5 years ago?
Yes.
Everybody wanted to be at the Trump Towers. Everybody wanted to have Trump in their music video. Everybody had the little, you know, sayings or whatnot. And now it's just kind of like, you know, oh, somebody's saying Trump is a terrible businessman.
So I when people say that to me, I have to check their financials, right? What is a good businessman? Someone you like, right? And just because you've had bad deals don't mean you're a terrible businessman. Oh, I'm 36. I only know him as successful.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
There's never been a time.
I mean, let's not get it messed up. He did get a big head start. His parent, he was a trust fund kid.
Okay.
Which is why we need to get life insurance for our families, okay? So that our so that our children can be trust fund kids and have an opportunity to do some great things, because that's how he got his head start to be able to do the things that he's doing.
We are all privileged in a way. Some people have a head start because of beauty. LeBron James has a head start. He's 6'9". I'm 5'9". I went through my growth spurt in 6th grade and never grew again. We all have advantages, right? So some men are well endowed. They use that. Some women are busty. They use that, right? We have a victim narrative to where we don't look at the things we're blessed with and work it. Just because your parents set you up with money don't mean you can increase it.
That's true. But has he increased his parents' money?
Yes, he has.
So why does that make him a bad business person if he's living off his generational wealth and his family name, if he's increased his parents' wealth?
Because people go off like. Let me tell you something. I just came from Miami or Sunny Isles, Florida. There was a Trump building. In Vegas, there's a Trump building. In D.C., there's a Trump building, right? So what this guy has shown me, that if I toss him some capital, it's a good a percentage that he's going to increase my capital, right? Now, in business, he's an outsider. He's always been the same. He's a New York a-hole, okay? He's always been the same guy. And he's an outsider. He's outsider in politics. He's an outsider in business, okay? So the thing about it is I like winners, okay? I like winners. And just because a winner loses, Tom Brady has losses in the Super Bowl.
He just lost his last game, and I know he was mad.
He got killed.
He didn't have no points.
But guess what winners do? They retool.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Yes, they do.
They retool. And it's so interesting how the working crowd, average people who never took big risks, who never put it all on the line. I'm talking about the money that you have for your mortgage and you're married and you make a bet. And you know if you come home without this money, she's leaving you. She's had it. It's a wrap.
Right.
She's tired of this.
Right.
And you put it all in an invention or you put it all in an investment. That's the kind of risk that I like, when you can lose it all and you do it and you bet on yourself. That's what America is about, betting on yourself. But how dare you, if you've never bet on yourself, talk about those that have. How dare you if you never took a big risk, a big leap, had audacity to dream big. How dare you? You don't even have to handle your own taxes. Entrepreneurs do. You don't even have to handle your own insurance. Entrepreneurs do.
Yeah, we got to manage a lot of things.
How dare you? The unmitigated gall of people. What have you done?
Talk about others.
Right? What have you ever been flat on your face and bounce back game right?
That's what I do like about being self-made, is that you do have to count on yourself and you do have to double down on yourself. And even if you do fail once or you fail twice, guess what? You're not going to always be a failure, because those are opportunities to learn and to re-perfect whatever it is that you're trying to do. And that's what people don't understand about entrepreneurs when they are out there grinding and they're trying to get it going. Yeah, they may not be making money the first 2 or 3 years. They're figuring it out. It's a whole new world when you're being a business owner. You're not a solopreneur just working the job. When you're trying to build an infrastructure and you're trying to build an organization, that is some grit, some grind. You got to have connections. You got to have resources. You got to know some people. And people don't want to get out there to do those things so that they can actually build something outside of themselves.
Listen, when you come from the urban market, the business model is civil rights. That's it. That's it. The leaders of the community are not scientists. They're not generals or biologists. They're not in high-level thinking environments. Hell, they're not even mirroring Frank Lloyd Wright in designs. They're civil rights leaders. And if you come from a culture of civil rights and that's the only way you scale, you can't tell me anything. You don't have the answers.
So what's wrong with it being a civil rights leader?
Because there's a ceiling. First of all, the way that you get rights in America is you put money in politicians' pockets.
Yes, you do. You have to pay people.
The mafia in this country was not concerned with civil rights. What they did was buy police, buy judges, buy attorneys, buy everything.
I like what LeBron did. He put his people through school.
So I can
he put his teammates through school.
So I can get my people in positions, right? When you're looking at the debates, the only thing they was talking about white and black.
I don't like that.
But the richest people per median household income is Indian Americans. Do you think they cared about the presidency? No. That's Negro talk. That's Negro talk and poor white talk. But immigrants don't care about what we're talking about.
They get into it.
They're getting to it. Matter of fact, the richest people in this country per capita, household income, are Asians. What are they doing that everybody else is not doing? They obviously mind their business and they obviously don't care about what we care about. And the difference is they come from countries that you are born into dictatorships. What that means is if a man and a woman give maximum results, maximum effort, they get minimal results. That same maximum effort in a free market, in 5 years, you have changed the course of history for your entire family. See, we're born in America and we only got bad things to say about it. What about this? What about that? We're so free.
Well, that's also because of the, what's being projected onto them. You know what I mean?
Give me an example.
The TV shows that people are watching, the news that's being portrayed. I'm not saying that there's not people out here dying. I come from the life insurance industry, you guys. People die every day. I try to tell people that, and they don't care. But they cared when the media brought it up. And they made it a big deal. And I was just like, so what happened last year when it was time for you to get your life insurance and you weren't worried about it then? But it's because it came through on the TV that it made a difference. And this is what mostly people are doing, is sitting watching TV and getting projected images and information.
Okay. Let me tell you the beautiful thing about that, too, is the free market. You go to the poorest areas, everybody has a satellite on their roof. So that's choice. You don't have to watch TV.
You don't.
Now, look, peep this. Library cards are free, cable cost.
And I got my kids a library card every year.
Peep the logic.
I hear.
Library card, free. Cable cost.
And I don't have cable.
Okay. You can rent 16 books. All right. So the people that think they are not free in America, when you have knowledge, you are free.
You are.
Okay.
You are. And well, wait. It's the application of knowledge. You got to apply the knowledge.
So yeah, okay. I'm with that. But just the
because we like to say when people know better, they do better, but that's not always the case.
That's because they don't know.
No. When people know better, they do better, but that's not always the case. They know better, but they choose not to do better.
To know is to to experience, right? To know, you know how a food tastes. You know how it feels to get cut. You felt it. You experienced. You lived through it. There's a you can track it. There's a beginning, a middle, and end point. Oh, I know that. Oh, I know which way to go. Right. So people actually don't know. What they hear is information that they actually never applied.
True.
Right? Because when you do know, you do. Because when you learn something, your brain starts to produce different chemicals. So on a cellular level, you're different.
Right.
If you truly know.
All right. So we're going to find out what people know so far.
Okay.
We want to hear from you. We want you guys to call in. It's 12 o'clock. Our show is open till 12:30. We want to know what you guys know. We want to know what you think about the broadcast today. This is our pilot for Mind Your Business. We're going to be having other business owners, entrepreneurs from all walks of life, giving us their experience, what it took for them to make it, what they had to overcome to get here. To be successful, so that we can teach other people how to mind our business, because that's what time it is. If you guys didn't find out in 2020, we're here to go ahead and double down on it, that you need to mind your business, you need to take care of your family, and you need to stay focused and obviously healthy, because it's survival of the fittest out here.
And what's the number?
The number is 602. She gave it to me. I wrote it down.
How about this? I'll do it for you. 602
Okay.
393 0113. Again, that's 602 393 0113.
Give us a call. We want to talk to you all. We would love to invite you on our show to be a sponsor. We have over 300,000 followers through Ken's network and growing. So we're definitely wanting to get people connected. This is about networking. This is about building. This is about scaling. Okay. I'm not doing this for my health. I'm doing this to connect others. I'm doing this to inform others. And I'm doing this to help people that want to grow their business and increase their capital. Okay. Capital stewardship. That's the name of my business, helping people understand what it means to be better stewards of their capital, so that we can live a quality life, so that we can be successful in our own right. Everybody's success is different. So here we go. We getting some calls, Robin? We have Deontay. Hey, Deontay.
What's up, Deontay?
What's going on? You may also know me, Ken, as Black Quo online. Quest Say Cool. I've been listening to a lot of your stuff. It's been definitely helping me and my family. And now I love that you got her on. I've been learning a lot from y'all. I'm taking notes already. So how y'all doing?
Doing good, Deontay or DeAndre?
Deontay.
Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Cleveland, Ohio.
All righty. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. We definitely appreciate you giving us a call here. We want to know, what do you know so far? How old are you? Where are you at in your journey here of life?
I'm 31.
Through the feed.
And what I know is my journey right now. I've been journaling about it too.
Good for you.
Recently started business. I had issues with failure to launch. Oh, let me turn my phone on. I'm sorry. I had issues with failure to launch. Like the business was presented right there on the table. They wanted me in. They wanted to work with me. I had a whole bunch of doubts and reasons not to. Like, oh man, this ain't for the black man. This ain't for this and that. And one day I'm like, you know what? I believe in it, but I don't know if I can do it. I just wrote it down that I felt that way, and wrote what I need to do to accomplish, and just getting out off the couch and just go for it.
Good for you.
Been doing that for the past 2 months and been killing it.
What's your business?
Right now I work for WFG in the financial industry.
Good for you.
I'm a advisor. I help with life insurance, debt management, all that. And I know you mentioned that you was in a similar situation. And I wanted to definitely talk to Ken about that, because I think we could benefit you a lot more when finances. So I'm gonna holler at you after later on today.
All right. Well, you got my email address. You can definitely take my number. Give me a call. Are you building your own brokerage through WFG, or are you on somebody's team right now?
I'm starting my own firm and looking for talent and looking to help other families, because a lot of people don't know about different. It's more than 2 life insurance. A lot of people don't know about certain things about life insurance and how to create their own business as well.
Right.
So Definitely. I'll take your email and I'll message and call and contact both of y'all later today.
All right, Deontay, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the chat. Are you on? Are you still on Ken's podcast there?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna put it in the chat. Capital Stewardship 00@gmail.com. Helping business owners get connected, be better business professionals, and scale their business. Okay.
Definitely. Let's do that.
All right. Thanks, Deontay. Thanks for calling
Peace,
in.
Deontay. Take it easy, fam.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Any other callers? Don't be scared. Call us. We want to talk. We want to know what you do. We want to know how we may be able to help you. We want to get you connected. This is what Mind Your Business is all about. Yeah, we're going to talk current events. We're going to talk about some controversial issues. Everybody has their thoughts about different things, and that's neither here nor there. That's the great thing about being a human. But at the end of the day, if you want to do the right thing and you want to actually build a community and be a better person, that's exactly what we want to help you do. So if you want to give us a call in 602-393-0113. 602-393-0113. Give us a call. We want to talk to you. We want to know what you got going on. Who we got?
We got Chris.
Chris on the line. What's
Hey,
up,
Chris.
Yo,
What's up, man?
bruh. I've been trying to get in touch with you.
Okay. What's going on?
Man, you going on, bruh. I wish I was a little bit younger so I could take advantage of all the gems you've been dropping.
Why can't you still take
I'm
advantage
40.
of them? Okay.
Wait. Before you even finish, I'm going to give you the gem that Napoleon Hill, right, said that it doesn't come together for a man, for real, until after 40.
I can believe it.
Don't believe this microwave society. It's the people that run this world. Are they old men? Yes. They're old, right? Or they young boys?
Oh, the old man dude.
Old men, right? So this, you being 40, this is you starting
You
over.
prime time.
This is new life, bro.
Well, this the thing. I started my journey when I was 33.
Good for you.
My real journey.
Got you.
What do you do? What do you do, Chris?
I'm retired.
Retire from?
Yeah. I'm trying to put the words together. I'm medically retired. I was forced into retirement when I was 33.
Gotcha.
I played college football.
Okay.
And I had a medical condition similar to Chris Bosh.
Okay.
Blood clot.
Blood clot. Okay.
I
Okay.
had surgery at the end of the season, and it changed my life.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
So you're not as active as you were, but you're still able to produce, right?
No, I'm more active than I was before.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's good.
I used to be I heard you say soulpreneur,
Yes.
and I turned into an entrepreneur.
Good
but
for
right
you.
now, that's why I'm tapping in with you guys, because I'm starting a business that is going to help people.
Okay.
That's what we like to hear.
you
What kind
got?
of business, Chris?
So what I'm doing right now is I'm starting a junior college sports program
Okay.
in Middle Georgia.
Okay.
Okay.
What's that look
But I have
like?
connections with Smart Jocks University.
No. What's that look like?
Junior college sports program.
Describe it to me. Like, what does that look like?
What does it look like?
Yeah.
It looks like online learning that's handled by somebody else, and I'm the athletic director.
Nice.
So I handle all the athletics and the real life activities that go on the field.
Nice.
Gotcha. So how far are you in starting your business? Do you have your LLC?
No, I'm actually, this opportunity was presented to me because I was in the right place at the right time.
That's how it works. Good
So
for you.
they have the 501c3 and all the paperwork and everything's order.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm doing right now, is starting my recruiting efforts. We have tryouts in Atlanta, Sandy Springs on November 28th.
Good for you. Nice. So it's
I'm
actually
taking
going to
over
be
the
under
junior-
it's going to be under a nonprofit. It's somebody else's nonprofit. Is that what I'm hearing?
Community Christian College.
Nice.
.org.
So how are you going to get talent?
I'm already set up.
Nice.
Field of Dreams. I
Okay.
have to go find a contract and a field to play on. The conference is handling the talent. They're going to send talent to me.
Nice.
Good for you. Was there anything that we can help
But-
you with, or?
Yes, I was gonna say I didn't even call for that. That's all great, fine and dandy.
Okay.
But I got another my business, because that's somebody else's business.
That's what I thought.
So I've been trying to over the last couple of years is set up streams of income. So my business, what I'm calling about, is Smart Jocks Mobile.
Okay.
And reaching out, I have a partner that's an app developer, and I have a partner that's a linguistic genius. I do marketing, so I got my contract right here. We're getting ready to have a call at 5:30 today to solidify the deal. But I'm going to be able to provide apps for athletes.
Oh, good for you.
Nice.
Okay,
So
so
that's
basically
my
for them to
business.
send to the scouts, like all
No,
their.
for anybody. For 10-year-old athletes all the way up to semi-pro, amateur, professional athletes. Whoever needs an app. If you're an athlete, you need an app. I'm able to provide apps for athletes at an affordable price.
I guess I'm
And
trying to
then that's where you
understand.
guys come in.
Right, I'm trying to understand what does the athlete need an app for? Are they putting all their footage on there?
They're putting whatever information they need to put out there to be seen.
Right.
Okay.
It's a marketing application.
Got it.
But it's also what
That's smart. I was just
But
going to
what
say
I'm
that's
doing-
smart. Well, real quick, that's smart, bro. Because I like the ideal because it's a lot of kids that say don't go to prep school and they don't get those looks. So a lot of kids that have talent, but if they weren't with the right AAU program or something like that, or they don't have a coach with contacts, because this is all politics. So if they don't have a coach with contacts, that's a great way that parents, families can get aggressive with the scholars, the athlete's career. That's smart. Instead of waiting.
Thank you. But this is what I'm doing it for. It's a fundraiser. So it's a fundraiser for the personal athlete has an app. I can provide an app for the team, organization, or conference, but mainly it's for that athlete. So when they come through, they can generate funds through their app in our system that we have for them. I'll leave it at that because we're still in the process of talking things out.
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah.
to give too much information because we're in the
Okay.
beta process.
Oh, good. Okay,
But
so
I
what do you
am
need?
looking
What do you
for
need help
12
with?
I'm looking for 12 athletes that have a 3.0 GPA or higher. I'm personally going to sponsor someone's app.
Okay,
Okay.
do this. Get me any advertising material. Shoot me an email. KenBillions83@gmail. Or there's an email in the chat. Shoot the email of anything that you may want to market, and we'll send you something.
10-4.
You know what I'm saying? Now, this is national, right? It's not just for Georgia.
Man, I got a connection with the MFL, which is Minor Football League.
Nice.
They have an alliance with the NFL.
Nice.
Okay.
The MFL has 16 teams in the United States and 16 teams in Africa.
Nice.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely
So I'm
get
on
us
a
the
worldwide
information.
ship.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
I
what
like
time
that.
it is. It's time to go global. I'm glad you're thinking big, and we definitely love to help you with your marketing and branding.
Much appreciated.
Hey, man, thanks for the call, man. Blessed to you and the family.
Peace, love, and life, Aaron.
All right?
Thanks, Chris.
That's what's up. See, I think there's benefits of what happened with COVID because a lot of people started thinking different thoughts. So yes,
It slowed the world down.
yeah, there's doom and gloom, but then there's also there's going to be new millionaires coming out of this.
Like every market turn.
There's going to be new millionaires.
That's where
coming out
all
of this.
all the entrepreneurs come out during those times.
Right.
Somebody else need the call-in number 602-393-0113.
Dope.
We got about 15 more minutes or so, 10, 15 more minutes. We can take a couple calls. We do want to get to know who our listeners are, see how we can help you all.
See, that's the power of minding your business. You come up with things like that. You see? You come up with things like that, right? To serve a need. That's a need, right? Because a lot of talented kids get left in the sauce because of their area code.
That's
Right.
true. That's very true.
So you gotta be aggressive with your hustle. You know what I'm saying? Even as an athlete, right? Yeah. So I like it. That was a great idea.
Any
that-
other callers coming in?
That was a great idea.
Well, I do want to talk about current events, actually local stuff going on here in Phoenix, Arizona. That's where we're at. For all those that don't know, we're in the studio. We actually can have guests. So if anybody's interested in being a guest, hit up Ken or myself in the email. We can send you our proposal sheet where you guys can come on here and be a guest if you are in the area, or if you want to call in, we can set it up for you that way as well. We can interview you that way. But current events here, we do have a reset going on here in the community, a local event that's going to be happening this Saturday, I believe. We also have some things going on for Black Friday. Look on your Facebook calendar, you all. Look for that reset day. I don't have all the particulars, but I do know that some people here, small business owners in the community, are coming together to help people woosah and get through this last 45 days of the year. November 27th, you'll hear from us again, but drop this in your calendar here if you're in the area. We're doing a Black Friday event for New York Beauty Supply. They're going to be hosting lots of giveaways and certificates and things like that at their location, celebrating their 3-year anniversary. And they also have a pole dancing studio. Ken's gonna be there. Okay.
Not dancing, judging.
Ken's gonna be there, but they have some specials. Okay. They have some specials that they're giving out for pole dancing. So definitely stay tuned and check your calendar in your Facebook Messenger.
Well, and people need to come out because we're going to be on lockdown until 2025. So yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that.
I mean, no, I'm not. But this is the thing. This is what people want.
Yeah, obviously.
People, let me tell you why.
Everybody wants to be told what to do.
Social programs.
People want to be told what to do. Well, we got some people here.
Social programs.
Chanel's in Arizona. What's up, Chanel? You should definitely come check us out. What's your business? What you do? Who else is here? She just moved here from Philly.
Dope. You know what I'm saying? Dope. But I hope we don't go on lockdown. You know what I mean? But if we do, just some game for everybody. This is your time to get vertically integrated with your laptop. So your laptop right now is your best friend. Now, use your time online wisely to set up a way for you and your family to make money from your computer. Because the lockdown that we just had, let's be honest, it was the most comfortable catastrophe in human history. You were streaming. There were versus battles. There was a lot of a lot of things could have went wrong, but it didn't. Right? So I want you to be on the aggressive this go around, because let's just say, because they're reporting cases now. It's not deaths, it's cases. Right? So let's just say that you are locked down until the summer.
Hey, Boo Cola.
How you gonna make money?
Hey, I wrote an ebook, y'all. Y'all need to check it out. I was looking for the link in your email. I wrote an ebook. I just dropped it earlier this week. It is called 7 Ways to Manage Relationships on Your Ways to Success. I dropped about 7 good tips in there on things that you can do to mind your business. I didn't say it like that, but basically that's what it is. Get your life in order, get your priorities in order, get your core values in alignment, find you some simpatico with some relationships that you may have. Pay attention to the experiences that you are having with other people so that you can be more aware of, your outcome. I think people don't realize that when you get around people, they're either taking you somewhere or they're not taking you somewhere. They might be taking you for a ride that you don't want to be, but that you don't want to be on. So being aware of that.
Congratulations on the ebook too. So that's what I mean about being vertically integrated, right? Because where does everybody hang out at?
I guess online now.
On their phone, right? So you want to be able to deliver content and products to where people hang out, which is on their phone, right? So you've seen what Zoom did during the quarantine. It went to $1 billion corporation, right? Just like that, okay? So I think it was Rockefeller that said the best time to buy is when blood is running in the streets. I think that's true. I think that's true.
Like the sharks, huh?
Yes, sadly, that's true, right? So make sure that you're vertically integrated. Make sure you're vertically integrated with your computer, okay? Because that's where you're gonna make your money from.
Somebody said they were irritated during quarantine.
A lot of divorces, right?
That's what I'm hearing.
A lot of divorces because people had to mind their business, right? So now you had to
or they
actually
found out they didn't get along with the person that they,
exactly because you wasn't focused on them. They work 40 hours, you work 40 hours, right?
Right.
So now you're confined with an individual that's not your friend, right?
They found out.
You know what I'm saying?
Found out they can't cheat either.
Right? Yeah, you
They
can't
can't
cheat
go
in
outside.
peace.
That's right. That's
You
right.
can't- You know what I'm saying?
That's
You can't cheat in peace. Is there anything else going on in your mind that you know that you wanna?
No, not at this time. Like I said, we are accepting sponsors. If anybody wants to have their name dropped here on our show, if they want to be a guest on our show, definitely let us know. We can send you that sponsorship proposal so that we can share your information with our listeners and our followers and people who are looking to get connected and build community. So definitely let us know about that. I do something called the Entrepreneur Campaign Trail,
What's
which
that?
I am on right now.
What's
okay?
that? What is that? What is that?
People are mad at Donald Trump, but he's a good campaigner. Okay, all his rallies were always packed. People were always there, and that's because he got up and he showed up and he marketed galore. I don't even know how I ended up on his mailing list, but I got a lot of information about Trump. Okay, and we have to be better campaigners as entrepreneurs. Okay, we need to show up in our community, do workshops. We need to be guest speakers at different spots. We need to be on people's podcasts, just like we are today. We need to host events so people can become more familiar with who we are and what we do. Because guess what? People do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Okay, and nobody knows you right now. You're not Target, you're not Amazon, you're not Walmart, you're not Nordstrom's. Okay, so in order for you to build a brand, you need to build the network, you need to build those connections, and you need to build those relationships. Okay, you do that through campaigning.
And
You
it's-
know about campaigning.
Campaign hard, and it's interesting about one thing about campaigning is people give up their base. People give up their base for trying to be more inclusive with everybody. But let me tell you something. You got to rock with the people that's rocking with you, right? There's nothing wrong with evolving, but stay with your base. Why give up your base for other people to support you? That makes no sense. So what you did say about Trump, he's very spunky for an old man because he was at every rally. Your base wants to see you.
Yeah, they want to see you.
They
That's
want
right.
to they want to engage in you, right? And always remember this: what other people don't like, there's people that's gonna love. There's people that's gonna enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I learned about Trump. See, I don't have to like somebody to learn from them.
That's true.
Right? I'm not really in my.
It's not about the
feelings.
messenger; it's the message. And the good Lord told us that.
I'm a person that I like to take winning formulas from people. I don't look for, I like myself, right? So since I like myself, I'm not rubbed the wrong way. But here's the thing. Let me tell you something. Just some crazy game right here. Do you know why the majority, not the majority, but so many Americans dislike Donald Trump?
They think he's racist.
That's not why.
Oh, why is it?
They don't like how he looks.
I've been seeing those memes going around.
It's about optics.
That's
right?
true.
Look for
That's true.
For example, if I told the public that Barack Obama had crappy foreign policy and he was droning a lot of people, and based on Edward Snowden's information and the spying and the wiretapping,
I was done when Gaddafi got off. Okay.
do you know people are not going to care? Do you know why?
Because he looks good.
He looks nice. He has the family. He's very well spoken. Now, just from game to you, for game for people, as long as people like how you look, you'll be able to do anything. It's called a iron fist in a velvet glove.
Which the Libras got so well. We got it down so well.
All you have to do is focus on the optics, okay? Because this is an optics country, okay? So people ran out and voted. They needed to get Trump out, but they don't know they don't own a constitution. They don't own the Federalist Papers. They don't know the difference between the legislative branch and the judicial branch. You know, and the executive branch, they don't know. They don't know how many Congress seats there is. They don't know the difference between a senator and a governor and a mayor. They don't know the difference between a town and a city, right? They probably don't know how many countries there are in the world. They don't know what the UN does. Okay?
There's a lot of don't knows out there.
But
But they knew that. They knew that one thing though.
But when you are nice looking, people don't want to know. They'll only be paying attention to you if you're not easy on the eyes. Now, if you didn't win the genetic lottery from your family, there's still other ways to be easy on the eyes. You can play with colors. Okay? You can play with accessories. Right? There's certain mannerisms you could do. It's about sacred geometry. So there's postures that you can sit in. There's ways you can have your hands. There's tonality in your voice. Right? There's so
That's
many
why people go to etiquette school.
there's so many things that make a person
Yes.
attractive, right? But Barack Obama, he had the facial symmetry, he had the jawline. That's what
And
it's
he had the
about.
voice.
He had the voice.
And the straight
He
teeth,
was
yep.
tall. It was the posture, right? So those are the things. Now,
Hold on. We want, before we close out, because we got 5 minutes here. Somebody wants to be a guest.
okay, you got
The
the
Egyptian-
email in there.
Yeah, the email's in there. If you want to be a guest on the show, just send us an email so we can go ahead and get you over the proposal. So we can tell you guys how you guys can be featured on Mind Your Business, talk more about you and your business and how you're helping the community and what you're doing to, show people what time it is now.
And if you can't, you're not in town to be a guest, you can be a visual guest.
Yes.
So we can always conference you in, and we can do it like that. You know what I'm saying?
And this is marketing, guys. So if you guys do call in or you guys do, become a guest on our show or we do you as a visual guest, please know that this is marketing and we don't do this for free. All this lovely space and Robin back here, who's our executive producer, this stuff costs. Okay. So know that we are marketing. We love helping to promote, especially me. I feel like a lot of people don't have the promotion bug, but I do. And I like helping people get out there and be polished and seen so that people can know who they are.
Dope. I like it. You know what I'm saying? We got 7 minutes left, but talking about campaigning and just going in. Now, what campaigning is a constant push, and you're going, right?
You got to show up. You got to show up in the marketplace consistently.
Right. So I talk about that. You'll look out for that this weekend. I have the Secrets to Getting Heaven on Earth series. It's like 4 hours of ministry by me, right? So I talk about pitching. I talk about campaigning. I talk about vertical growth. I talk about all those things, and you can listen to it in your car. Or you can listen to it in the.
Hey, Celicia.
You can check it out at the crib, right? So I
Celicia's
talk
our
about
local trademark attorney. She just popped on. Definitely always want to get you shout out. Oh, we got Bukola Samai. She's actually.
What is a trademark?
We got to have Celicia on the show.
Okay.
So she can talk about what
Okay.
trademarks are.
So a lot of people don't know.
They don't know and they need to get it because guess who got well, we know who it happened to him. Nick Cannon.
What? Oh, trademark?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Wilding Out.
Right. Oh, that's not his.
That's not his.
Right. That's not his. Okay. Right. Right. Makes sense.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to our show, Mind Your Business. You can find us here every other Thursday from, we're looking at 11 to 1 p.m., but that may change and we will update you on those changes. But definitely send us an email or send us a call. Do I leave my number? Send us an email.
Or throw the number again.
602-935-8336, 602-935-8336. If you're interested in being on the show, if you need to talk about your business, you're looking for a consultant, a
One more
project
time.
manager,
One more time.
602-935-8336.
8836. And tell them what the number is for, so they're not just calling you randomly.
Yeah, please just don't call me randomly because I actually take calls by appointment. But you can give me a call if you want to schedule an appointment for a consultation. I'd love to talk to you about your business and get you connected.
835. Hold on. Let me get you right.
No, that's it. 602-935-8336.
Okay,
Yep,
got
that's
you.
it.
All right.
Yep. So I'd definitely love to talk to you about your business, see how we can help you mind more of your business and help you tune into your family and obviously get you connected and respected out here in these streets.
Connected and respected. I like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So is it anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, man. Make sure y'all minding y'all business, man. Until next time, love you, love yourself. All
Catch
right?
the wave. All
Peace.
right. Have a good one.